The NBA player participation policy is a stupid rule. Facts or cap?
Cap.
Okay. And why do you feel like it's cap?
I mean, there has to be some measurement of there has to be some level of participation. What do you play 15 games and go crazy? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're saying that 65 is it whack?
No, so that's what Haliburton's saying. The rule that these guys have to play 65 games to be eligible to be All-NBA MVP and get postseason award.
The number could be lowered, you know what I'm saying? But I would say cap just because like it has to be some rule, right?
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
For sure, Rashad, facts or cap that it's a stupid rule?
Facts. Because there should be a metric of the injury protocol, right? So if you do get injured and you're going to be out longer than games, you can't control how long you're going to be out for that injury. And I think that's what Haliburton is alluding to, is the fact that I didn't ask to get injured, even though I take care of my body. You know, a groin is a groin. Imagine if it was a sports hernia or what CP dealing with the wrist injury. It should be an injury protocol based on that. So if it's not injury based, where it's like serious enough for you to be out 10 or more games, then it should kick in. Because like what James Harden was doing when he was in Philly, just not playing games. And then, you know, Embiid, we don't know if you hurt or not, or you just resting. Like, what is it the injury is? And if it's not based on something that's serious that's keeping you out, because we always talk about being injured or being hurt. You can play hurt, you can't play injured. So the difference is Haliburton was injured, and now he could potentially cost him $41 million if he get injured again.
If he misses, I believe, 4 or 3 more games,
so
4 more games, he'll pass the minimum.
So imagine if he retweaked the hamstring.
Yeah.
Like, that's a possibility. He just came back. Imagine if he did it last night and he got to sit out another 10 games. That's 41 mil out of my pocket, bro. You tripping.
So 41 mil, my ass is going to be on the court for 20 minutes. Y'all go move around.
Hey, we could do at least 3 minutes of court, something like that. Yeah, for sure.
Brandon, the NBA player participation policy is a stupid rule. Facts or cap?
Cap.
You like the rule?
Yeah, like, play. Like, and wasn't nobody thinking about this back in the day? Like, wasn't nobody thinking about, oh, you had to do this, or guys wasn't trying not to sit out, so this is the reason why it's where it's at. So get your ass up and play. Like, this is the American way. We don't care.
Mr. Arenas, the NBA player participation policy is a stupid rule. Facts or cap?
It's a stupid rule because there's an easier way to do it, right? If you just say totals, if you just do totals, then you don't have to worry about how many games somebody plays because it's totals, right? You know, because what ends up happening when you do points per game, you're gonna always have someone looking at the end number. So like, you know, if you're averaging 35, you know, even, and I'm averaging 34.9, right? If you don't play the next game, and this is the last game, and you don't play, I'm going to play, and my teammates is going to help me get over that to beat you, right? You're not going to play because you're in the lead. Now, if you play and, have 5 points because they put you in and subbed you out, and you drop to, 34.7, I'm not playing.
You talking about to reach the 15-minute threshold?
No, just to get the average, right? Versus if it's about totals, then your what's the name don't matter. The metrics that you're using don't matter because totals win it. So like Embiid averages 35 a game, but total points he ranks 7. Right? Right now, if the season if the season ended right now, Shea will win the
scoring title.
The scoring title because he has the most points. He's playing. Reward the players who's playing instead of trying to take away from the people who's not playing. Fuck them. If they don't want to play, they want to play injured or they get injured, that's nobody's fault.
Right.
Then reward the guys who's actually out there every game, which means now if I'm Embiid and I'm 7th, oh shit, I got some work to do. Right? Forget how many games I got work to do because Shea's not missing no games and he's putting in them points. So
I see what you're saying. Because Embiid is playing at a higher level points per game wise and not necessarily total points night in, night out.
Yeah,
right? He's having big games when he has big games to take his it takes the point total.
That's why I said
mean,
it's
the
cap.
average up because he's had like the 70. What is the 70? Yeah, 70, right?
Yeah.
That 70 take him way up. Okay,
So right now he's 200 something points behind Shea. Well, yeah, you have the highest average, but you don't have the most points, so he wins.
Yep.
Right? So now that right there keeps everybody. Assist records, all of that. Reward the person who has the most in total. So, but right now that 65 thing issue is saving owners money.
And that's what you feel like is the real.
That's all it is. Because if you're Indiana, right? You would rather him miss all these games and not make an all NBA.
Yeah.
So you can get him $40 million cheaper.
Right.
That's what he's alluding to.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
Right? You know what I mean? I'm a small market team.
I don't want to have to pay you.
If I can save $40 million, think about where I can put the $40 million.
Right.
because you probably ain't gonna stay here anyway.
and they banking on you not playing that 65.
I'm even enticing it. Oh, we're not going. Shit. Ooh, that's still hot back there. I'm gonna say whatever to keep you the fuck off the court.
You still get to market Haliburton as a star of that team, even if he doesn't necessarily make an All-NBA team. You save that $41 million. We still
benefit
We got
and
this
save.
All-NBA level player, but
Championship teams are built off bad contracts, right? The Bulls was built off of bad contracts, right? Steph Curry's championships was built off bad contracts. He hurt his ankle, right? They got him for cheap. They got his ass for cheap because of his ankle,
crazy.
right? So now he becomes this mega star making $55, $60 million, right? So when Kevin Durant's coming up, they're like, oh shit, we got max money.
Oh, we got max
it.
money.
Because our best player's not max.
Yeah.
Right? So here, we can give you this, right? And you sign it for 2 years. Now y'all both up at the same time, and then we can go from there. But I get to rent a max player because I don't have that money capped off. So, this gives them a chance, like with John Morant. He's $40 million cheaper, right? My super max player is not super max right now.
Yeah.
Yay.
Right.
Right? Haliburton, my super max player, not super max. Right? So when you're talking about I don't need super, so that they can, so technically they can go out there and give them a super max player. So on record or on their stat sheet, Haliburton is their second highest paid player. So instead of having two max, I got one super max and one max. So he becomes Jaylen Brown to Boston. I got him, my super max is going to be Tatum.
It was just like 330 or something.
It's going to be up there, man.
So
That makes
I'm split decision on this. I'm gonna say facts. So when it comes to player participation possibly being a stupid rule,
Facts.
so we have a good Mosi fans question from underdog user Flex Finesse.
With the NBA having a 65-game minimum for players to qualify for awards, do you feel as though that mandate is going to start having players potentially rush back from injury just to be able to qualify? We saw Embiid get hurt again last night. Haliburton came back off his injury, but I know he feels the rule is stupid because I know he's 3 games away from not being able to qualify. And if he's not able to get on that all NBA roster, he gonna miss out on like 40 M's. So I'm just curious if y'all think that this new rule is gonna start having players kind of jeopardize their health just to be able to get awards, get hit contract incentives, stuff like that. Appreciate y'all.
You tell me. So with the NBA 65-game awards minimum, do you feel like that mandate will have players potentially rushing back from injury just to qualify?
Of course. Just like any incentives in NBA, incentives, right, in contracts, like so people will do contracts and they're trying to save money on the back end, so they put stuff in incentives, right? Like free throw incentives, drives, points. What ends up happening is you're trying to say play as a team, but you got one person who contract is for individual stuff, right? So now you got one person who really don't give a fuck about the team aspect because he needs points. So like, I'll pass him. He has free throw clause. He's at the right percentage to get the 2 million. So he don't want to get fouled now. So he don't want to drive, right? He's not going to put himself in any position to go get fouled. He don't want to touch the ball. Now you're playing 4-on-5. So same thing with this. Like, if Hallie has to come in and do what? Right? If he's hurt, he ain't gonna be playing hard. Just so he can
play 15 minutes.
So he's just gonna keep collecting these games in. So you're not gonna have the same one, right? So you're going to be losing games because he's not going full throttle.
Exactly.
Right now, what ends up happening is if you have him playing full throttle and he hurt himself, right? Your playoff, what's the name, is in jeopardy. And so as an organization, you save $40 million, in the long haul, and I'm pretty sure as an organization, that's all you really care about.
Yeah.
And he's not healing himself to be ready for the playoffs to help you win something because now he's just minimizing that threshold of 15 minutes per game.
Yeah.
Or 20, I think, 20.
Yeah,
You're going to worsen the injury.
Yeah, I'm going to worsen the injury. I'm not going to heal, and I'm just making sure I get this 40 mil. So it's like, really, like you said, it's either the team or your individual stats. Like, what is it going to be? Now it's like you're making a choice.
Yeah, you are. That's what I'm saying.
$40 million.
So I'm just asking you all as hoopers, you got the chance to make $40 million, your hamstring feels a little janky. Are you still going to play to get that $40 million?
It goes back to injured or hurt.
Whatever it is. You got $40 million. I'm saying you got $40 million.
If you can't go, if you can't go,
That's all. But I'm saying
About to say 40.
I got you, coach. I'm out here.
for 40 mil, let's say you hurt, but it could get worse. You can get that 40 million though. You
what
can
is
play
the other 4 guys on the floor doing? Are they encouraging you? Like, hey, bro, we know what you got. Hey,
Waiting
you
to get
trying
their
to get
gifts.
that? We trying.
Waiting
trying
to get their gifts
But
after
if,
you get that
that's
40.
not the energy, we like, hey, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. But even that's selfish on them because they don't know what's at stake for you.
Yeah.
I got 40 mil at stake. Y'all niggas need to understand I need to be out here. But then it's like, yo, that's our season at stake too, bro.
Yeah.
We want to win. So, like,
I think that you got to look at
Your boys is going to hook you up. It's the NBA.
depends on what boys. Like y'all say,
that-
co-workers, it ain't my homies. Y'all, we co-workers. Ain't no homies. It's, hey, my nigga, what's up?
Nah, when we did certain things where people needed I need to average 15, for the season to unlock 2 more million.
Yeah.
And he had 14.5.
We feed
As
him.
a teammate, we know that. Okay, so wait, you need 22.
I don't know if they doing that.
You need 22. You're not 22 tonight.
I'm about to say they're not doing that.
We was doing that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say back then, but they not doing that.
You need 22 tonight. I bet.
Were you doing that to the detriment of the team though? Did you care about the wins or losses, or I'm trying to just get you your bread and we can sacrifice this game?
If we up, let's say we up 15, and we know all right,
Yeah. Okay.
But if we in the middle of a
Usually
heated game,
usually it's the last game, around that last game of the season. Or it's like for NBA, it's like senior night. You know what I mean?
it's like that.
Senior night.
Like senior night, that guy that ain't
Senior
played. You know
night.
what I mean? So it's a thing, but it becomes dangerous. It really becomes dangerous because now, no matter what you did, the work you did, like Embiid, right? He's the one that's in jeopardy, right? He's sitting there like, if I play right now, I'm half-assing it.
Yep.
So my stats is gonna drop anyway because I'm half-assing it. I'm not gonna look like an MVP anyway because I'm half-assing it, right? So now I'm playing average 12 and 16 and this, and people are gonna be like, oh yeah, he's falling off.
But he still get the
But
award.
you play, if he sitting here playing half-ass the whole time, he could end up losing that award at the end of the season.
He got how many more games? Like 38 games?
Yeah, but you also have the All-Star break coming up soon. So with even that mentality, let me just get to the break, at least get this week off and then get back into it. It's hard now when you're in the grind of the season, right? A game every 2 to 3 days, that you're not going to get that break anyway to really be able to let that thing heal. But to your point, Gil, if I'm looking nasty out there anywhere, then Joker or Luka or Giannis, whoever's going to pass me to get it. But Professor, you got 41 million on the line. You hurt.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
we gotta figure it out.
You're gonna get that 20 minutes.
I'm a
Yeah.
heck of a distributor. But also, I think the question though is a lot of variables, right? It's like how in the playoffs is the playoffs solidified, right? That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
How cool are you with your guys, right? You might be one of that unlikable guys on the team or beefing with somebody who is also a star. So I think there's a lot of variables. It's hard to say, is your team gonna look out for you? Are they gonna be mad you half-assing? How good are we already well in the playoffs? Is that solidified? I think it just all depends. It's like
That $2 million now is about 7, 8.
Yeah.
But personally, I'll make it work.
Here's a good question though. Is the playoff money equivalent or close to, as far as the incentive money? Like getting our team to the playoff incentive money in the contract?
Is that 40
Maybe
mil?
like 20, it may be like 15, 20 million if your team makes it to the playoffs.
Which one?
Compared, like if a contract like Haliburton, if he loses the 41, right? But he also gets an incentive in his contract where if we make it to the playoffs, you get a you get another incentive. Or if you average a certain amount in the playoffs, boom, boom. So is it important now for me to say, all right, I might lose 41 not making the 65 games, but I still can get 20 of that back?
That's if it's in this contract.
No, that's it. But usually when they do, when you're talking about incentive deals like that, okay, so let's say you're a super max person, but they don't have the cap for you. So let's say 200, they want 200, you want 250, right? So now you guys are 50 million off. Right, so they'll say, all right, we'll put the 50 million in incentives, right? So a normal team, right, will say, like, if you're averaging 20, there's all right, if you average 20, we'll give you another million, right? If you average 4 rebounds, you average 6. 4 rebounds unlock another million, right? If you make it to the playoffs, we'll give you 500. If you are an MVP, we'll give you 5 million if you're MVP, right? If you lead the league in assists, we'll give you another 5 million, right? If you win a championship, you unlock 10 million, right? So they put it in those type of things, realizing if you're playing like a MVP, you deserve the 5 million. Other than that, if you're playing like your regular self, we get to save 5 million.
Because they're not reachable. Those are not reachable.
Yeah, some of them are not reachable,
Yeah.
right? So like some of these guys got like $10 million on being an MVP, this motherfucker has 12.
Right.
Right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
the lotto.
Like what's the dude? Duncan Robinson. Like Duncan Robinson got some high ass shit on his incentives, winning championships, MVP of the championship. Motherfucker, you never gonna make that.
Damn.
But it was just
never know.
Yeah, you never know.
What if he
But
get
I'm
hot?
saying,
Yeah.
But if you do, cool.
So is you saying like it's entice him to sign the contract because it's the possibilities of you maximizing that is slim to none.
Yeah, so
Like winning the lotto.
So that incentive thing becomes more of a selfish thing for you because now you're playing for extra money. But same thing with teams, and I tell players don't do incentives because let's say you averaging 20, right? We're on a bad team. Man, motherfucker, we play for who's last place?
Charlotte or Detroit?
Damn,
Detroit.
But you're gonna say Charlotte. We don't wanna-
Charlotte, yeah.
Charlotte, right? You averaging 20 on Charlotte. If you average 20, you unlock another 5 million, right? You unlock another 5 million. How many teams, right, organizations want to pay you 5 million extra and we lose?
Right.
So what we're gonna do is, hey, sub his ass in, and then 3 minutes take him out. So you get in, sub, you sit there with it, and then they never put you back in the game because they don't want to. Now you drop to 19.8. Don't have to pay you that 5 million.
Just like that.
They do that.
Yeah.
I've seen that shit. Like, motherfucker on the sideline, it's on in locker room. It's on in locker room. Like, yo, what happened? Oh, no, they just cost me 2 million.
That's gotta hurt. Look, as a reasonably wealthy human being, $1 million, 2 million, 41 million, all that shit sounds crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like $500 at this point is like, I gotta make a business decision.
Most of the mostly your incentives is usually from your shoe deals. For sure. Like, so when you see like $300 million shoe deals, right, most of that is incentives.